back to the Virtual Insanity Welcome back to the Virtual Insanity Podcast. So, Matt,
yep.
What is the most questionable experience you've had at a gig or a festival?
Well, it's going to be a festival, definitely. I've been to Download.
Ooh, you're hard showing off.
And there's some questionable shit there. Speaking of shit, their toilets this one particular year, and for the people at home, if you've been, you might remember it very well, the smell. That was basically an open trough that had scaffolding to above the trough and then makeshift holes in said trough.
So Victorian toilets,
100%
in the 21st century festival,
and you just have piss,
airdrop
shit, airdropped into the tank. And I don't know who decided that would be a good idea, but they carried that on, and it was at the height of summer.
Oh, nice.
And the smell got real bad.
Oh, very nice.
It got to a point where, and this is the questionable thing, you had to take a dump into a plastic carrier bag in your tent, wipe up and everything into the plastic carrier bag, tie the carrier bag up. Now you've got a bag of shit. So
why did you have to?
Because you weren't going in those toilets.
Right, it was a forced situation.
Because if you were to go in those toilets, you would contract all manner
airborne disease.
Like,
nice.
Just walking past it, you felt like a radiation. I imagine what radiation would feel like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So pass with the Geiger counter.
Yeah, that thing would just break, just insta break. And there was just no rain; it was just hot. And so you end up with a bag of shit. Now you can't really chuck it in the bin because at that point there were no bins anywhere. So everybody else did it, so we did it. You just sort of above your head start the spinning motion, and then you just let go, and then it's in the lap of the gods where that lands.
The lap of someone.
Yeah. Now we've had shit bags land next to tents, and it's rough. It's real rough. That was the same year that Snickers were doing a promotion for Download. So you'd walk. So you were going from campsite to main stage, right?
Yeah.
It's about a 20-minute walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Within that 20 minutes, you've probably picked up the best part of 60 Snickers. Because there's like Snickers girls every 50 steps, like
right.
100 steps.
Yeah, have a Snickers.
Have a Snickers. Have a Snickers. I've already got a bag full.
Yeah.
You better fucking take the Snickers. Like, shit. And then that started the great Snicker war of Download that year. Because the year before they'd used bottles, and I've spoke about this on the podcast before. It was like a scene from a mix between 300 with the arrows.
Yeah, yeah.
Now imagine that was just plastic bottles and Saving Private Ryan on the beach. Because the lad that was in front of me and Matt at the time, he was just curled up, trying to curl up under his bag as tight as he could. And we were just launching bottles at him. And he didn't even notice us, and we were no more than...
You were close.
Like a couple of feet away from him, bro.
Wow.
Poink. But the Snickers one was pretty good because it was so hot, they just melted. So they were just like floppy, like floppy sacks.
Did you open any slightly as well? He's like,
you know what?
So you got the melty chocolate.
You didn't
as
have
you launch
to
it.
because the pressure that would mount up upon impact would splat. But if they hit you, it would be a slap, and it's just the funniest thing. That was great. But yeah, that was my questionable thing. What about yours?
Still on the same topic of shit.
Brilliant.
There was a very famous live venue back in the day, mid 2000s to like mid 2010s, called the Victoria Inn.
Yeah, I know it well.
You've played there.
I've played there many a time.
I've played there many a time, and it was local bands
for local people,
and it would be packed. It was a small room, maybe 3 meters wide by 8 meters long. It was tiny. You could get 50 people in there, and you'd be shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
And
I think it maxed out at 100, didn't
something like that, but 50 was too cramped.
Oh, God, yeah.
And I remember walking past the stage
Yeah.
to the toilets,
Yeah.
walked in, and there was a drunk guy who, as I walked in to face the urinal, he was like a 5-year-old in primary school,
Yeah.
kecks round the ankles,
Oh, yeah.
all the way down.
Yeah.
He couldn't see his socks. He was covered by trousers, and he was shitting in the urinal.
He shit everywhere.
Looked up with his beer.
Oh, mate.
And just carried on. Did a U-turn and walked straight the fuck back out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Local gigs are amazing.
Local things!
Speaking of the Vic, I was in a very heavy band at the time, and we were doing a breakdown part, and just this guy just got kicked through the door.
the door on the right.
So there's a door on the right, which is where the bands go, the green room. And he just, I've never seen anybody just get keyed through a door. Like, do you know what I mean? And yeah, that was an experience. And it just felt amazing because you were just like, proper heavy drop.
You're on stage and just watch this kid go, Phoom.
Yeah, this guy just goes, "Hey, I see you." So we used to hang around with this guy, and this guy was just fucking nuts. He wasn't for this world. He's still alive and everything, but like growing up, he was on a different like field of dimension. Honestly, that guy. He stole a penguin from the zoo. This is the kind of like madness that we're talking about. But he decided that condoms are funny. And that like when you put eggs in condoms, it's funny because you can like hit people around the head with them, and you know it's kind of like no mess. Well, this guy was just like, how can I get this on my level? Get this on my dimension? So he shit into a condom.
Oh my
How did he got it in there?
How did he get it in?
Because somebody stretched the condom
And held it for him. Oh, mate.
straight in it went. Off he went.
No.
Oh,
Oh, you know, if you put that in the freezer and use it as a dildo, it's
Oh,
called
mate.
iglooing.
Disgusting!
So, we'd like to know your most questionable gig experiences, festival experiences, or if you know anybody that has shit in a condom. So, swiftly moving on.
Yeah.
What's the best gig you've ever been to?
Oh, there's a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few moments later.
It's Tool.
Okay.
I know you have a love-hate relationship with Tool.
Yeah.
That's fine. They are the most complete modern prog band, in my opinion.
This one was invented by a writer.
Depth of song, depth of lyric, production on the album. The bass playing's phenomenal. The drumming is phenomenal. It's an experience. And saw those at Nottingham Ice Arena. And again, we were mid-centre, and their lighting rig at that time, it was on the 10,000 Days tour at the start of the tour. And they had a big circular light, and the light was there, then it was down, then it moved over the stage, and it went up, and then it came back, and it was just, what the hell is going on? It was once in a lifetime opportunity. I've had chances to see Tool since. On this latest tour, I'm not spending 90 quid on the ticket.
No.
My ticket was 25 quid.
Yeah.
I know it was 2005, 2006. It was 25 quid.
Yeah. But you knew where you stood.
I stood in the centre
You know what I
of
mean?
the fucking ice
Yeah,
arena
you
and
know what I
watched
mean?
my favourite band at the time.
You know what I mean?
Like,
Wow.
I don't need to spend that much money. I've got that experience.
Yeah, you've
and,
seen it.
Yeah. What about yours?
It would have probably been the I can't remember if it's the first or the second time that I saw Primus. I went with you
Yeah.
to Birmingham,
Yeah.
and we watched Primus, and that was amazing. Even though they did play the Willy Wonka album in the entirety, which was fucked.
So
that was fucked
weird.
up.
I wasn't expecting it at all.
Well, the thing is, like, it must have been the second time, because the first time, it would be the first time then that I went to see Primus, because I went with Matt and Aaron.
Yes.
And
that was the second time, wasn't it?
We were up to that was the
That
first
was the
time.
first,
Yeah,
right,
because
okay.
we were up to Manchester. They played in Manchester. That gig was mental. They had like two astronauts on stage, and their TV screens in their faces, and it smelt normal for. Let's see, I think they played like 2 songs. And then Jerry Was a Race Car Driver came on, and all of a sudden it smelt like high-grade cannabis over there. High-grade cannabis over there. High-grade cannabis behind us. And it was like watching meerkats.
Yeah.
Just sort of dip down. No, they dip down.
Right.
And then pop back up and go. And then dip down again. And then pop back up again. And I was like, what are they doing? And the next minute a joint turned up, and I was like, okay.
Let me just dip down.
Let me just be a meerkat. So I was just a meerkat for a quick minute. But the problem is, after 3 joints of doing that, you're fucked. And Jerry as a race car driver's finished, and Les Claypool's decided he's not going to be Les Claypool for a quick minute, and he turns up in a pig mask with his Wamola.
Yeah.
Let me tell you now, watching him on that Wamola in a pig face, yeah.
While high.
Off my, and not just high, turbo high, because you've been going up and down, so
Right,
your breathing's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
And because you're not meant to do it, you fucking huffing this thing. And the thing is, it's not just your own; it's everybody else's.
You're all
It's just
passing
turning
around.
up, and you're like, "Fuck it, yeah." So then you lift back up again, and it just wasn't the gig anymore. It was Les Claypool in a pig mask with his Wamola, just going ham on that thing, and the lighting, and I was just like, "This is the most dumb thing I've ever seen." What the fuck?
Speaking of which,
Go on.
what's your favourite era of music?
80s. I'm not even gonna hesitate. 80s. 100% 80s. The musicality, although a lot of people are like, I can't hear it, but you get past that 80s sound, and you listen to the actual like musicality and the talent from the.
It was unbelievable.
From the artists at that point, and it was just. I almost want to say like 80s and 90s are probably the peak of this civilization's music. Everything beforehand has got this. You could pull the 70s in 100%, but anything past before the 70s and anything after the 90s, it's either too naive and too safe when you go before the 70s, really. And when you go past the 90s, you just get this talentless crop of people that call themselves artists that steal essentially everybody else's every other talented person's music, rejigs it slightly, and just claims it as their own.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'll
and
argue...
like rant. One particular person, David Guetta.
Yeah.
How is that man famous? How is he as rich as he is? And how is every single artist that he's ripped off, although he might have asked for permission, how have they not gone, no, come on, you're taking the piss now? Because they're blatant rips. And same with Daft Punk as well. Now, I get it, Daft Punk, they're clever with how they took a minute sample of one particular song, but that doesn't explain the other 4 or 5 songs where it is just a blatant, oh, I like that, I'm just going to steal it, put a little bit of an electronic fuzz on it. Oh, look, it's my own music. No, it's not. It's not your own music. And the amount of music I hear today where it's just like, oh, well, that's from the 80s, I can hear that. That's Spandau Ballet, that's, ABC, that's whoever you want to, you know what I mean? Like, you can just pick out the bass lines, or you can pick out the synth lines, or...
I will argue about the cut-off being the 70s. The Beatles were on more drugs than Boots.
No, but their music was very
No,
safe.
no.
They did the Yellow Submarine, for God's sake.
Scraping Ringo off the fucking ceiling because he was tripping balls. We're living in a Yellow Submarine. Right.
Brilliant song.
You might not be a fan of the Beatles.
No, I like the Beatles. I don't mind the Beatles at all.
Everything up to that point was like 3 chords.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah,
And it was very...
nice, simple,
What's the word? It's not naive. It's...
pure,
yeah.
innocent pop.
That's the one.
Innocent
Innocent.
pop.
It's all very innocent. It's all very
And that's fine.
la-di-da. Do you know
Beatles
what I mean?
come along and go, what about if we had a 4th chord? Oh, cool.
I mean, we are missing out the Who, to be honest.
But they're the 70s.
Are they the 70s? I thought they started in
Yeah.
the 60s. I thought they
probably
began in the 60s.
They did start in the 60s because my generation
very
was definitely
60s.
60s.
Very 60s. They've got a song called Boris the Spider.
They do.
And that's Pete Entwistle, the bassist, just absolutely tripping balls
Yeah.
watching a spider. So he writes a song about how he's tripping balls watching a spider. Genius. Yeah. Fucking genius.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing at all. But I think you have to... One thing that really pisses me off. Who's the greatest guitarist? Jimi Hendrix. Is he fucked?
Yeah, no, it's not.
He was the first to do jaw-dropping stuff,
Mhm.
and other guitarists were like, oh my God, how is he doing this? I need to see. He was a freak of nature.
Mm-hmm.
There are 10-year-olds with more talent
Yes,
than Jimi Hendrix.
there are.
I
Because
don't-
they watch him
because they watch him
and go,
But
I
then-
can do that.
But then you look, you have he influenced them, and they influenced them, and they influenced them. So he might be the originator of the influence, but then these people won't even know him, and they're influenced by them, not them, or them.
Yeah.
They're influenced by them.
Yeah.
So they shouldn't even come into the equation in my mind. It's of a time.
Yeah.
Like the greatest this or that.
It should
does
be done
not
in
matter.
it should be done in decades, I think. Like if you're going to say the greatest of all time, you can't do the greatest of all time.
No.
Because the greatest of all time would insinuate that time has ended. And you are at the end of time.
Ooh.
So therefore you can look at all of time.
Mm.
You see what I mean?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
makes
yeah.
no sense.
Yeah.
So you should do it in decades. Who was the greatest of the 70s, the 60s, the 80s, the 90s? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because you can
No, I like that.
you can pinpoint it then. You can go,
Yeah.
well, from fucking... It normally goes from like 89 to fucking 99 or something, doesn't it? Like
Mhm.
some weird, stupid fucking... you know, who was the best artist from that point? Or band or song? Or, you know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah.
You cannot... And it winds me up when footballers do it. It's all you ever hear on TalkSport and Sky Sports. All's greatest Premier League team of all time. Well, it's Manchester United for one. Like, sorry. Like, we've won 13 Premier Leagues
Mhm.
without cheating. And we did it all off our own backs, thanks. But no, it's all right because we're going to put Man City in there who have just basically cheated their way to where they are now.
Oh, we'll find out soon.
Oh, we definitely
We'll
will.
find out soon.
And Liverpool have won one Premier League. They had one successful league in 30 years.
Yeah.
Like, behave. Do you know what I mean? Man United, how many have you won? 30. Oh, okay, yeah. We better shut the fuck up, haven't we? Do you know what I mean? What's that? You won a treble as well? Oh, shit. Fuck. Do you know what I mean? Like, our players, Man United's players have won more trophies and awards individually than most clubs have in their lifetime. So when you say the greatest of all time, Manchester United, sorry, that's just they can be of all time because you will not get better than that.
Okay.
Ever. Do you know what I mean? Because Man City are proving it that you have to cheat to be at that point.
Allegedly.
Fuck off. I'm not having it. I'm not having allegedly. Like anybody with fucking eyeballs can see that they're fucking guilty as shit.
We all
Like, oh, we've got them. We make the most amount of money. Oh, do you fucking really? Because I fucking watch your games at fucking when you're at home. Where are they? There's a reason we call it the empty had. Do you know what I mean? It's not because everybody's fucking rammed to the rafters. It's because there's there's nobody there. You can't fucking sell your tickets. You can't give your fucking tickets away. So please tell me again how you're earning more than Manchester United and Real Madrid. Please, come on, I'm all ears, because you're not. Like, let all the fucking Man City fans go back to Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? Until they get fucking bum rushed, because if they don't get bum rushed soon, there's fucking going to be questions. Because, oh yeah, how many players you brought this transfer window? 93. How? Oh, well, we've put them all on 10-year contracts. 10-year contracts. Glad you fucking got Mystic Meg on the fucking phone, because how do you know that 10 years down the line that you're fucking even going to be a fucking football team? With the way they're fucking playing games, you know what I mean? They've got like 90 players.
Mm-hmm.
You can only have fucking 20 Summit players to begin, like, for the season. Sorry, boys, didn't make it. It's all right, though, because we've got you all on 10-year contracts, so you still get paid.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, sorry, tangent done. Like, the greatest of all time doesn't work unless it's Man United and football.
Yeah,
and that's the only one. And no, to be fair, greatest of all time Premier League, Man United.
Okay.
Sir Alex Ferguson is the greatest manager of all time football. There is no one better. Sorry.
So Matt.
Yeah.
What's your favourite era of music?
I'm putting some of that in, I'm telling you now. 80s. 80s for me. Yeah.
Okay.
80s.
If you could pick one song, if you could pick your top 5,
Yeah.
where are you starting? Now, bear in mind, it's your favourite era of music.
Yeah.
There are hundreds, if not thousands, of classics.
There is, and I'm going to miss so many out because they just don't quite hit like the 5 that I'm going to choose.
Okay. So straight away, I say 80s song.
Yeah.
What pops into your head?
Blue Monday, New Order.
Okay.
And that for me is the 80s song.
The 80s.
Yeah, if somebody said to me, describe the 80s in a song, Blue Monday by New Order. 100%.
Okay.
It's got everything.
Arrangement, musicians.
Sounds like they take inspiration from different bands as well. So you've got like Kraftwerk.
Yeah.
They've got the choral part of Kraftwerk. They've got fucking Wildest Clint Eastwood. Like
yes,
that's from a Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah.
And they've got a couple of others as well with the synths and stuff.
Enrico Morricone or something.
I think so. Yeah.
All the spaghetti westerns.
Yeah. I think so. And I'm almost certain there's like a slight fucking tilt to Giorgio Moroder in that song as well.
Yeah, with the synths.
Yeah, but that song is
okay.
It builds perfectly. It executes perfectly.
Do you know what pops into my mind when I think of the 80s?
Go on.
Aha, Take On Me.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, fantastic song, great song, voice.
What a voice.
What a voice. Like,
everybody can sing 90% of that song.
Yeah, until it gets to that point. Yeah, and everybody just goes
no.
quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy, sexy Swedish bastards.
What else are you picking?
So, you've got to go with Maniac by Michael Sembello.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's the and if you listen through the whole song, it does go all the way through pretty much, and it's amazing to listen to. Yeah, incredible song, absolutely incredible song. Again, another 80s classic. Like, phenomenal. Yeah, I don't know what else to say to that. It's just you cannot not dance to that song.
Okay.
That song comes on, you're up. Tell me I'm lying.
No, you're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're not, even if it's just oh shit, like, and then you're off, and then you're going. You know what I mean? And you, because it's amazing.
As a kid.
Yeah.
So my older brother was in the Army Cadets, and he used to I think it was a Sunday, but there was one day a week, and he would do all his ironing and his polish all his boots so he could go to cadets. and he'd have his vinyls out, and he's like, just put some songs on.
Yeah.
So like 5 years old, I got like the vinyls, and I could like, don't scratch my vinyls,
Yeah.
and I put it down, like trying to put the needle
Yeah.
down like this. But one of my favourites of his was Sledgehammer, Peter Gabriel.
Yes. What a song!
What a song!
What
And
a
only
phenomenal
like being older, like early 90s, and having MTV.
Yeah.
When MTV would play music,
Actual music.
different rants
Believe it
for
or not,
another time.
they actually
What
played
on
music.
the channel called Music Television?
Yeah.
Yeah, when they played songs.
Phenomenal.
But the stop motion.
Yeah.
Not
It was done by Aardman, was it not?
well. It's not stop motion as in like models, but it's more like split frames.
Yeah.
So he moves and
I'm almost certain Aardman
really
of Wallace and Gromit did helped out with that. Could be completely wrong, but
Okay.
I'm almost certain.
I like that as an urban
I'm almost
myth.
certain that they played a part in it. I'm pretty sure they played a part in it. But it's a fantastic song.
Okay, so I raise you. I see you with a sledgehammer. What do you raise me with?
God.
Because you're two. We're both two down.
I mean, an epic band and an epic song is Girls on Film by Duran Duran.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Epic video as well.
Epic video. The way that song starts is
Yeah.
incredible. And you're just in it. You're in it. You know what I mean?
So you know, I'm a bass player.
Yeah.
I went through a massive Duran Duran phase.
Everybody does that plays bass.
What a bass player! I bought on VHS the Duran Duran Greatest Hits on CD, and then on VHS the Duran Duran Greatest Hits, the videos.
Yeah.
And I couldn't buy the videos because I was 15 and it was
Oh.
rated 18 because of Girls on Film.
Yeah.
With the half naked jelly wrestling in the ring.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm gonna see your Girls on Film and raise your Rio.
No, you're not. No,
I
you're
have.
not. No, you're not.
Because it's got a fucking bass solo in it.
That song, I mean, that song is basically bass, and everybody else is just like, yeah, we'll play around you, pal. Like,
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Like
Like,
sneaking a little saxophone solo.
he is
And then he's like,
on
nah,
it.
raise you.
Yeah, he's on it.
Yeah.
Incredible. Well, I'll raise you. I can't even rate because that's such a good song.
Yeah, I know.
Ugh. But classic,
Mhm.
and everybody sings it. And again, everybody gets this incredibly wrong when they sing in it. But Africa by Toto.
Oh, mate. The little Jeff Becerra shuffle.
Yes, mate.
Yeah.
Yes, mate. Again, everybody loves singing that song until it comes to that vocal harmony where you either have to pick one
Yeah.
or you go monotone.
What, you pick one of the 5?
Yes,
Mate, the harmonies are insane.
they are insane. They're incredible.
Every single band member with a triple threat
Yeah.
is just like
Oh, God, yeah.
unreal.
Yeah. And they all used to take it in turns singing and playing. Very much like Squeeze.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Squeeze.
No?
No.
There's a couple of songs I like.
They're cool
And-
for cats.
There's Cool for Cats,
Yeah.
and then there's Up the Junction,
Yeah.
which is a great song because it tells a story. And I don't know, it's
Yeah.
it's British,
I know.
and it's very, very hard to find that where it's authentic British, not I'm an airy fairy fucking princess going to sing like an English person. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, It's so hard now to find that sort of thing. But then saying that, it's so hard to find talent.
Yeah. The only thing that comes close to Squeeze for me would be Blur, but Parklife Blur.
Yeah.
It is British.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying I'm a huge fan, but if you were to just say to someone, give me
90s British.
give me a British album from the 90s,
Yeah.
you go,
It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
However, back to Africa, one of the greatest songs of all time.
Yep.
Some of the best drum fills of all time.
Yes.
Because they're all in shuffle, just like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. However, it has one of the worst lyrics.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
It has one of the best lyrics, and I swear to God, if you say the lyric that I think you're going to say, yeah,
Yeah.
we're done. Because I find it absolutely phenomenal that they get this word in.
Like Kilimanjaro rises like Olympus above the Serengeti.
You fool! It's one of the best lyrics ever written. My God, that man should be proud. Come on, now you've said it yourself. Like you're like, fuck, what a lyric.
No.
Well, I'm telling you now, yeah.
Kilimanjaro, Mount Olympus, and Serengeti, in the
Serengeti.
same...
How you getting that in a song?
How you Serengeti in it?
How'd you go from that? He's like, how do we get like Africa's main shit into this?
That's picking a theme and running with it.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. It's the best lyric ever.
Oh, God.
Kilimanjaro, Mount Olympus, Serengeti.
Yeah.
Wow.
Worst lyrics ever.
No, you're a fool. Sorry.
Oh,
That is the greatest lyric.
I'm going to raise you higher than Mount Kilimanjaro. Madonna, Like a Prayer. There's an amazing story with that song. So the bass player, Guy Pratt, he is the main bass player. Most of mine are like bass picks, really.
Yeah.
But he became the bass player for Pink Floyd, David Gilmour. He's also, can you remember Spaced?
Yes.
He wrote the music for Spaced.
Oh, nice.
He's also a character in Spaced.
Is he really?
Minty, the guy who's got the dog, who has his legs bitten off by the dog. It's a little story that Simon Pegg's telling, because the dog hated people with money and would attack people with money, and then he wins the millions on the scratch card, and his dog attacks him and bites his legs off. That's Guy Pratt.
Classic Space.
Right. He was doing the sessions for Madonna on that album, and when they did the playback and they listened to it, it's like most of the songs synth bass, but then in like the breakdown, the middle eights, and towards the end of the song, there's jaw dropping.
Yeah.
Unbelievable jaw dropping bass.
Yeah.
And he was listening to it, and he was like, "Oh, Madonna, that's amazing! Who the hell plays like this on a Madonna album? Who did you get in to do this?" She's like, "You dummy." He's like, "What?" Couldn't even remember playing it.
Fucking
He'd
hell.
just done so many sessions.
Yeah.
And got called in and then play this bit, and the producer's just like cutting it all together in pieces. Like, that's fucking talent. Go on, then pick a song that's going to be like a prayer.
Hard to Say I'm Sorry by Chicago.
Oh, you bastard.
And Peter Cetera.
Oh, you bastard.
Again, what a song. And it has, at the very end of that song, it's like ELO feel to it.
Yeah.
With its weird like mid-break towards the... I don't even know what they would class that as. They just sort of roll into it from this beautiful orchestral sound. It's just like, oh, okay, here we go again. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And the song ends. But no, brilliant song. Singable.
The vocals are insane.
Yeah, incredible song. Incredible band.
Yeah.
They've got a documentary. I highly recommend people watch it.
Okay.
It's sad. It's amazing. It's got amazing music to it, and it kind of really like made me. It kind of like opened my eyes to, you know what I mean? You know Chicago for the cheesy songs, but then you listen to it and you're like, yeah, that's cool, man.
I've got one more.
Okay, go on.
It's another Peter Gabriel song. It's called In Your Eyes.
Okay.
And I think it's in my top 3 of songs of all time. Production, the way the song builds, his voice. Like, Peter Gabriel's voice could melt steel beams quicker in the Twin Towers than a fucking jet fuel.
Than supposed jet fuel.
Honestly, I'm not going to say anything else.
Yeah.
It's a journey.
Yeah.
Also another band. Journey.
Yeah, Journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that song is, if it doesn't make you feel something, you're dead inside or ginger.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet I want to
And
listen to it and I
that's-
fucking
yeah.
hope I feel something.
Yeah.
So, as just a quick recap, so mine are Blue Monday by The New Order, Africa by Toto, Maniac by Michael Sembello, Hard to Say I'm Sorry by Chicago, and Girls on Film by Duran Duran.
Okay.
And you want to just round yours again?
Take On Me by Aha, Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel, Rio by Duran Duran, Like a Prayer by Madonna, and In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel.
Very good.
Because there's only 10 songs to pick from the 80s.
You know what I mean?
God.
There's so many honourable mentions.
They could all be from 1983.
We want to know your top 5 80s decade tracks.
Yeah.
We will be doing more top 5, so we're going to go 90s, 70s, 60s, maybe noughties.
I love 60s.
But after the noughties, you've got no chance. It's all downhill from it's all downhill from the 90s, if I'm being honest. But
I think we do 90s next,
yeah.
and then when we go to the noughties, see how much of a struggle it's going to be.
Oh, it's going to be
And then
so bad.
2010s.
No, impossible. There's no new music. From 90, even in the 90s. I mean, to be fair, even in the 80s, people were starting to, oh, I like that. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
And putting it into their own tracks. But they still kind of, you know what I mean? They shouted out to the original people most of the time. Whereas now it is literally, you know, the perfect example. Ella Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a song out.
Right.
Alibi or something like that.
Mm.
Yeah, it's Coolio. Coolio Gangster's Paradise.
Yeah.
And all they've done,
heard it, yeah.
all they've done is they've just sped it up slightly.
Yeah.
And put a bit of a drum and bassy like bass line to it. But apart from that, it's basically
And change
Gangster's
the
Paradise.
lyrics.
Yeah, to you ain't got no, you ain't got no, you ain't got no alibi.
Awesome.
So, you know, we will hit. 2010s, I'm telling you now, will be heavy metal, and that is where we will be staying because there is nothing, there is no talent.
Oh, we're not going charts.
Can't. There's no talent.
This is the challenge I like.
There's nothing there that because you'll listen to a song and you'll go, oh well, that's just a copy of that song. Oh, they've just ripped that from. So there's no talent there. You've just taken the sample and just put your own shit on it. Like
I can think of 2 or 3 original.
That'd be like me taking Blue Monday, let's say, putting a bit of a drum and bass beat to it, and then just being like, yeah, it's my own song. I wrote that.
Okay.
No, yeah, I did. All right, good. Do you know what I mean? I'd get fucking put in prison. But David Guetta does it, and fucking worldwide fucking superhero. Do you know what I mean? Like, get fucked. Get fucked. I went to go and see the new Beetlejuice movie.
Oh, Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice, yes.
You are not a fan of sequels, remakes, or the like.
Yeah, not particularly. I don't like modern takes on classics.
Okay. How was it?
Very member berries.
Hey, remember Ghostbusters? Oh, I remember Slimy? I love Slimy.
So, for instance, the movie opens up pretty much exactly the same as the first movie. So it's still got the Geffen logo.
Yeah.
The same font and everything. Goes through the town just like it does in the original. The movie from start to finish is rushed.
Right.
Complete rush.
Everything
ends very conveniently. Everything kind of just gets solved very conveniently
Okay.
and like instantaneously. It's not like a battle. It's just, oh, that's done. Crack on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And they've left it on some sort of stupid cliffhanger, forward thought to the next movie because you blatantly know there's going to be a next movie.
Yeah. Because you have to say his name 3 times.
Exactly. And Michael Keaton, fantastic.
Yeah.
Because he's Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
And he plays that character so well. Winona Ryder plays her character pretty much how you would expect Winona Ryder to play her character. The mom's in it. She plays pretty much the same character.
Catherine O'Hara.
Have
you seen Schitt's Creek?
No.
Hard recommend.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
If you can get past her voice.
Yeah, that's
because she plays a really messed up character with a weird voice.
Yeah. It's got Eugene Levy, who's awesome.
And pretty much his entire family.
Yeah, like his son's in it.
His son and his daughter.
His son. Is it his daughter that plays the daughter as well?
No, she plays another character.
Oh, okay, but his son plays
his son. Honestly, hard recommend.
Until next time, thank you for listening. A comment like or share really helps us out, and we would love to hear your stories and thoughts in the comments section below.